Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American and YouTube Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. This series chronicles the cult classic 1990s television series Twin Peaks, co-created by David Lynch and Mark Frost. It ran on ABC for 2 seasons. Its 25 years later sequel series, The Return, which ran on Showtime in 2017, and the films of David Lynch. Following me on this odyssey, the superfans. Last call, Troy Pacelli.
Hello there, everyone.
His better half, Netters Network.
Good evening.
And a president of the Flappy for President fan club, Aged Boomer.
Did you know that Flappy was an uncredited screenwriter on the movie Condor Man?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Right on.
He was a subject matter expert, though. Just saying.
All right. Do want to say hello to the kind people who have joined us here in the live chat this evening. Let's see. Channel member JPRPH1. Host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-word review, Big Al Presents. And thank you to Ruby Hoove for gifting the memberships over on Netter and Troy's channel.
I believe that the one on Netter's channel was the Beelzehub, and on my channel, welcome back to membership Horror with Nads.
Nice. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. Qapla' to our resident Klingon, Mark Malnikoff. All right. And Connie dropping the member chat member for now 2 years. Thank you, Deleted, Troy, Netter, and Boomer. Thank you. There will be just a little bit of a housekeeping here. I am planning 2 member streams before the end of the month, so stay tuned. All right. Thank you, Ruby Hoove, for the $2 super chat. Hope you all have a fun evening. Well, that is indeed the plan. All right. I think that was everybody who's currently in the chat. Yes. Mark Malnikov says, just made steamed Flappy quarters for dinner with tater tots and onion rings.
Well, it's funny because he shared a picture of some food from a restaurant. I'm assuming it's a chain called Flappy's, and I wonder if Flappy owns a share in that business. However, the question would be, does that constitute some sort of cannibalism?
Dude, is that what the heck? Is that ribs with those chicken strips? What is that?
In the upper left-hand corner, I think that's some sort of bread.
It's bread.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was maybe a brisket or something. Okay. Never mind. That's messed up, man.
I mean, that's a heck of a meal because you get a bunch of bread, you get a bunch of chicken strips,
beans,
you get French fries, coleslaw. I can't tell what that is in the upper center, if that's a dessert or
beans. Has to be beans.
Sure?
Barbecue baked beans, probably.
Wait, in the cup, you mean?
Yeah. It looks like it might be some sort of a sundae, but it could also be.
To me, it looks like gravy.
I was going to say potatoes
like
and gravy. But why would you have potatoes and gravy when you have French fries?
Dude, people do it all the time. They'll just get 2 potato sides.
I understand, but I don't think that's just straight gravy. Look at that center there. That looks like there's potatoes in there.
Yeah.
A coleslaw on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, where is this place? I want to go there.
I like my gift better with Big Bird knocking down the front door. Just okay, never mind.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Apparently, somewhere there is a chicken joint called Flappy's, and if it is near you, looks good. Check it out.
It's like Zaxby's.
Yeah.
You realize now I have to Google it to find out.
It's literally Flappy's fried chicken, Louisiana style. Okay,
Oh.
Louisiana style, which is yum.
Yeah, that's gonna be good stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, and I was 2 years old before I found out Vinegar Syndrome has like a physical store that you can go to.
Nice.
It's in
It's
Colorado,
interesting.
but you have to go.
So
It's
on the,
there.
There you go.
on the lower right of that picture, there is you can barely see it. It goes off the right of the picture. That is a dipping sauce that they have.
Okay.
Cool.
By the way, you mentioned Vinegar Syndrome had a store. Those are the movies that even Severin won't put out. Come on, it's like
Nice.
I think I might have one movie from Vinegar Syndrome. I don't know.
Yeah, I got it. Got a couple.
Uh,
All right.
Oh, you know
So,
what? This is in Australia.
what?
Oh, is it?
Yes,
Man.
Boo!
I know.
Why should they get all the good stuff? Dude, they might have koala on the menu.
Hope not. I heard those things are tougher than they look.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with them.
No.
Coleslaw,
Right.
crinkle fries. It is mash and Creole gravy is what that is. So it is a mashed. So you're getting both mashed potatoes and French fries in that dish.
Honestly, I think the American version. This is Zaxby's. They remind me of Zaxby's tenders.
Potato toast is what that bread is.
What?
Yes, potato
Those
toast.
potato bread.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and you can make toast out of that. Absolutely. So that means it's a hearty, dense. Man, that is one heck of a hearty meal.
Yeah, well, there you go.
They're advertising Louisiana style fried chicken in Australia. Where did you?
Well, think about it. It's exotic out there because it's from the U.S. This is what I didn't understand about Goldfinger when I was a kid. I'm like, it has all the Bond elements, but Kentucky is not an exotic locale, and I expect an exotic locale in my Bond movies or Bond books. And I realized, for the English, Kentucky is an exotic locale. That's what I didn't.
I mean, I suppose you're right. Yeah.
Let's see. Locations: Penrith, Sydney, CBD, Melbourne, Miranda, World Square, Eastern Creek, Melbourne Central, and 4 more locations on the way. Okay. Well, good luck to those of you over there at Flappy's. Yeah.
I'm going to have to reach out to Analog Toys and see if they've ever frequented this Flappy's.
It looks tasty.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, let's get on with the actual crux of the show here. And hello to Ian Mangum. Welcome. All right. So, has anybody seen Gavin? Nope. Can't help you there. All right. All right. So we have episode 6 of season 1 of Twin Peaks. The link for the Cosme should be pinned to the top and or the bottom of the chat, depending on whose channel you're on, because it's YouTube and they do silly stuff like that. All right, so Well, where do we leave off? Actually,
Well,
I'm trying to remember.
I am now including previously ons at the beginning, so we should be okay.
Josie got a
Okay.
phone call from a recently released convict.
We did
Okay,
get that scene in the previous episode. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
All right.
That's how it
Well,
ended.
and hello to Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Good to see you, sir. What I want to know, I didn't need these. It's far beyond the menu.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Well, I think they don't mean it as a proper name. I think they mean it as a general descriptor for chicken.
Yeah.
Or whatever kind of fowl they are serving in Australia. Could be kiwi for all I know.
Okay, cool.
All right. So if everyone will please join us over on the Cosby side, we shall get started with tonight's episode. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get it. There you go.
That would be the Webster Dictionary.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's okay in Twin Peaks.
You know, I think this gets people that haven't even started watching the show interested if they see what happened prior, you know?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the because this was network television, this idea of episodic television really did require you to get caught up quickly.
Unless it was something like Star Trek Voyager where everything is even Steven by the end of the episode.
But even on Star Trek, occasionally they would do a previously on if they were referencing a previous
two-parter,
episode.
Yes.
Well, especially a two-parter. But sometimes they would reference a character or events that you kind of needed to know something about. Emu, while not common in the sense of being a daily staple like chicken, emu is the most famous native bird eaten in Australia. Availability, you won't usually find it at a fast food drive-through, but it's available in many supermarkets and specialty butchers. Yeah, you can actually get emu steaks here in the States. I think they've exported it, so it's being raised here in the States, but I suppose we might be importing it as well.
The Norwegians.
And of course,
I thought they were Icelanders.
Could be.
Oh, right. The Norwegians left previous. Sorry.
And of course, this piece of audio is preserved on the audio tapes. I mean, they sing all day and all night. please, and lots of it.
Mm.
Oh yeah, they like herring over there, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Yes, herring. I'll need a moment. Oh, right, sorry.
You'll be in your bunk.
Yes. It wasn't that long ago.
Right. Oh, your age suits you. The first time I saw that, and she says, I'm 18, he says, I'll see you later, I thought it was because she's 18.
Jerry. He does like his cigars.
Now, did he physically go to
Yes,
Iceland?
I think so.
So he
yeah.
went. So he went from Norway to Twin Peaks to Iceland, back to Twin Peaks
Yeah.
in about 6 days.
I
Wow.
guess so.
Dude, he's kissing the leg of lamb. Oh. Here comes the wet blanket.
What was Leland's profession?
Attorney. He was specifically Ben Horn's attorney.
Wasn't there an Alfred Hitchcock Presents episode about someone who was murdered with a leg of lamb?
Oh, and then they served it up.
Yep.
To the police officer, yeah.
Mm.
Would that be Twin Peaking?
Exactly. This when this episode was filmed, that's when the promotional stills were filmed of him with his tape recorder outside. I'm not sure if it was outside this house or not. But you see him you see a number of promotional stills of him in that jacket with his recorder. And this was obviously the day that was those were shot, when this episode.
You know, I was about to make a joke about Andy taking a bite out of the donut Cooper had already bitten.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yep.
He's going to hand it back to him without him noticing he bit out of it.
You can't say that these days.
Whoa.
That guy's no Georgia Peach.
Don't judge. Oh, look. Yeah, what would you do, Bobby? Mm.
I love it. Yeah. He talks a great game. Welcome, Enigma. I see that you're in the chat.
Mhm.
Nate says that classic episode titled Lamb to the Slaughter. It originally aired in 1958 during the third season of Alfred Hitchcock Presents and widely considered one of the best installments of the entire series. The story was actually written by Roald Dahl, the same author who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, based on his short story of the same name. You expect it more from a kid like Bobby, Mark, not from a sheriff's deputy who drops his weapon and it goes off.
I don't know
Because
if I would have
apparently
laid it
he
on
was
that
carrying
thick.
a
I just would
block.
have said him and this guy Jacques were arguing and leave it at that. Not about Laura. Leave Laura out of it, maybe.
He
might
said
be-
way too much. Yeah.
It seems like it's too obvious a frame job, just say. Maybe.
But I'm practicing and my aim's getting better.
Yeah. So half the cast could potentially die at the hands of an ex-con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, uh, there's always the guy who turns into a caterpillar.
Oh.
Thanks, I'll be Ralph. What? Sorry.
Hashtag me too before hashtag was a thing.
When did I lose control of the situation? Right off the bat. Okay.
I think she kind of went about that the wrong way too. She might have just pointed out that, my father is your boss, but he's not going to be forever. Eventually, I will be inheriting this business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just something to think about. Or to quote Jack Nicholson, think about the future.
Oh.
Yep. And plays Parcheesi.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say patty cake.
Well, that's if she finds a place to shack up it in Toontown. We won't, because we're not going to end up together. That's a very interesting take, because in a way it's kind of true.
Well, I want a
the
jelly.
lore of- there you go.
He needs to eat something a little more nutritious.
Normally, I think he would.
You think he's trying to get a sugar high because he's so tired?
Exactly. In fact, you do tend to crave sugary things when you're tired, which is why many dietitians say if you're trying to lose weight, make sure you're getting good sleep. I'll be honest, I am kind of craving donuts now, which is probably why it's a good thing we don't have any right now.
It's nothing like an all-American diner, huh?
Right. I guess that'll do. Thank you.
He's talking about the fresh baked cookies I made.
Doesn't make any sense.
Perfectly good cherry Coke going to waste.
I know.
Look who's listening.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you pay for that coffee?
Well, he may have done.
Meanwhile,
Oh, I love this show.
Invitation to Love. Well, thank you, me and my monkey. Gave me a gifted membership that went to Latino Slant. How cool is that?
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, me and my monkey. So I think it's intentional, but a little bit of a gag that you had the Briggses sitting up and Dr. Jacoby lying back on the couch.
Yeah, yeah. Why does he want to know?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, very good, Mark. Johnny on the spot with the meme. She told me. It is pretty cool, isn't it? Me and my monkey. And thank you for being a member for 6 months, too. Okay, now this is honestly a real breakthrough. I don't approve of Jacoby's methods, but the results are pretty straightforward. Is that Flappy there?
Yes.
Was it?
No.
Might have been a stand-in.
That was a stand-in.
But you realize that for all of his bluster, it really is a defense mechanism because in a lot of ways, he kind of was bullied by Laura and manipulated by her. Okay, so that bird is a crow, which is of course a carrion bird.
Yeah, Flappy didn't care much for crows.
That's funny, Mark.
This isn't the cabin you're
Right.
looking for.
That crow's name was Steve, by the way.
I might want to anyway. Actually, I don't think so. The more I think about it, the more I think it's Waldo's stunt bird.
Funny.
No, I mean, you know.
Waldo once brought. Oh, never. I'll tell you later.
Margaret Lanterman, good evening.
Well,
you did, and it's your house.
yes.
You'd think they would have known that.
Exactly.
What?
Well, then I won't do that.
Well, don't blink then, huh?
Yeah.
She's not putting a lot of tea in those cups.
Mm. You can take those as rhetorical questions to give more information to Dale.
You would have to.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind that what she's describing, we saw, of course, in Fire Walk with Me. We know she didn't see them directly, but she was aware of them. We saw her reaction to them. This is our second time through it on this stream, me and my monkey. We're doing we did a deep dive the first time through. Now we're doing a deeper dive, knowing what we know now kind of a thing, having seen the entire series, including the third season. I'm not going to go as far as to say she wasn't crazy, but she wasn't completely crazy. It was based on something. She clearly had some sensitivity, just like Laura, just like Sarah, certainly like Hawk and Dale. That was a great shot. That's brilliant.
Yep.
That's one interpretation, Enigma, but in Twin Peaks lore, what Hawk said was kind of literally true. We have seen that spirits can become trapped in wood. We'll see that happen with Josie Packard. Like, quite literally see it. Oh, she listens to Julie Cruz.
And of course, Into the Night.
Right.
Music in the air.
Yep. And there's Waldo. They found Waldo.
They found Waldo.
There's Twine. There's the other part of the poker chip. Josie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mark, have you ever seen
Go easy on the sauce. He immediately takes two. Yeah, he's like, well, if I get lucky.
Jerry. He's a little squirrely.
Yes, he is. That's an interesting pickup line. Yeah.
Thor. He's Thor? Well, that hurts.
Yeah.
And she's making enough noise.
Yeah.
To be fair, people go there for gambling too.
Right. It's a lot closer than Nevada.
Gotcha now.
So I kind of wish the show would have gone on a bit longer, because one thing I would have loved, well, of course, the second season ends up with her, in a coma, getting, blown off the wall. But I would have loved to see more of her, going around, getting everybody's secrets, being mischievous and voyeuristic, but accumulating knowledge about people's secrets that she could then broker later on.
What?
And she kicks off her shoes. I love that. If I'm going to dance, I'm going to kick off my shoes. Get him out of my way.
Get a net.
And she's like, okay, it's part of the dance now.
I love that. And then everyone starts doing it. But then if you get everyone dancing, they're not paying attention to him, right?
Yeah. I guess now they're going to be calling that the moose
I guess.
because it looks like antlers. Okay, why is she crying?
Okay. I always took this as her being sensitive about the circumstance. There was a deleted scene, not Stephen, but a deleted scene, in which she got into a shouting match with her father, and her father brought up that apparently at one time when they were younger, she pushed her brother down some stairs, possibly resulting in why her brother is the way he is now. And that was the reason she was crying.
Here's the
You're
picture.
coming to take me away. There you go.
Uh-oh. Is Leo in a bad mood?
Leo is always in a bad mood. Honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. I don't think you ever see him happy or smile, ever.
You know what I
Saves me
like
the
about
trouble.
it just shows how nasty Hank is if he can intimidate Leo, right?
Yes. And it establishes that there's a pecking order. It's very clear that he comes down on Bobby, but then Hank comes down on Leo.
She didn't even wait to see if she hit him.
Yeah. That's not really the best way to make sure you hit your target. You don't close your eyes when you squeeze the trigger.
Haha, I've escaped. Damn it.
They haven't adjusted it yet, it seems.
This is a very uncomfortable scene.
That's character building.
It is incredibly character building, and again, especially when you know what we know. We know his backstory. We know, well, and I think he actually gets into it when he starts talking to her about how he got personal on a case and et cetera, et cetera. This is like this is like a drunk, walking into a bar. It's like, oh, this is not good, because he's very attracted to her, but he knows that's dangerous for him to get involved with someone who's directly connected to a case that he's working in. Plus, I think that is overblown in his mind. He believes that something really bad will happen if he acts on that, which I suppose is probably true. The age difference, makes a big difference. But again, I think that deleted scene that I told you about has significant bearing on why she's there and why she looks so, I don't want to say sad, but pensive. And the first thing out of her mouth is, please don't send me away. This is her trying to make a connection, and she's doing it in a very inappropriate way, but it's the only way that she knows. And that's another aspect of it that makes it really, really uncomfortable. And Mark says, now I have to wait to see what Cooper does. Yes, you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're not going to ruin it. But, this is, there are so many things about this show, especially after you've seen season 2 and season 3, that you realize they're laying the groundwork for a whole lot of heartache.
We've already had heartache.
I've heard it argued that life is suffering, so I think that's
apropos.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know though. It was just it's kind of messed up though. We had a shooting in this episode.
Definitely a self-defense situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, keep in mind this is Washington State. I don't know what their gun laws were in the 90s, but they're pretty oppressive now.
We don't even know if she hit him. Or if she did, how badly.
Yeah. Which we will find out
really
next
horrible.
week. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you close your eyes before you shoot.
Well, to be fair, sure experience, she probably would have to be a better shot at closing her eyes, right?
Well, you never know.
Frankly, I think Bobby might be too. I don't know. Well, actually, no. Bobby did get the guy in the head.
The one thing that was a good shot. That was a really good shot. So now it makes you the thing that it causes me to wonder about is, and this isn't just about Leo Johnson and just about Twin Peaks. This is, movies and TV shows in general. Someone points a gun at you. First, you assume that it's loaded. Second, maybe take the situation very, very seriously. Just saying. I don't think that's unreasonable.
No.
You should also presume that the person that is holding the gun knows how to fire one. It isn't going to squeeze your eyes shut.
Well, I, under those circumstances, would not necessarily bet on them missing. Even if you know they don't know what they're doing, even if they do close their eyes, there is still a high chance that someone's going to get hurt. But I would argue, and Mark, you tell me what you think, but I think she actually did follow the 4 rules. She treated the gun like it was loaded. I think she knew it was loaded. She didn't point the gun at anything she wasn't planning to destroy. She knew what her target was and what was behind it. She closed her eyes, and he got a big surprise. Yeah, I suppose so. It just hurts that we have to wait till next week, like we are back in the 90s. Welcome, by the way, Enigma. I think I saw you in the Cosme chat. Pretty much, and if you paid attention, she also racked the slide on that little 380 auto. Yeah. I've come to give some grace to certain behaviors that you see in movies with guns that are kind of ridiculous when you know how the guns work, because there's certain things that are done for dramatic effect. It's shorthand for saying, okay, there's one in the chamber. I really, really, really will, fire if I pull this trigger.
And it happens.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about Dr. Jacoby this episode?
Again, I did not approve of his methods, but the results were pretty clear. He actually did, draw out some insight into Bobby and kind of forced Bobby to address it himself. Things that I think Bobby has been aware of and wrestling with, but trying not to confront consciously.
Right.
His bravado and his bullying is a defense mechanism, because he does feel kind of emasculated by Laura. He also feels some guilt. You saw him projecting that on everyone else at the funeral. Well, to be fair, he was at least honest, because he said all of us, not just all of you. He called them hypocrites, but he acknowledged his role in Laura's situation. And the weapons handling always needs that I'm serious, and is showing with the weapon. Wrong, but it conveys speechlessness. Yeah, see, that's the thing to keep in mind, that they're not going for weapon accuracy. Usually they're going for narrative need. And honestly, that's why I think sometimes this kind of thing is very egregious today, because at least in something like this, you're like, okay, I get the shorthand they're going for and why they did that. They chose storytelling over accuracy, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not just with guns. There's lots of things that they do that with in stories like this. But nowadays, when you have such horrible writing, it's not like they're trying to convey anything. It's because they don't know any better, for real.
They know their own lives, and that's what they write about.
Right. Their own lives where they don't have to carry the guns themselves. They hire people to carry guns and walk around them.
There you go.
I mean, you don't want them carrying guns because
No.
you could end up getting shot behind the camera.
Who's the heir apparent to David Lynch? I guess I've asked this before. Maybe there isn't one.
Jennifer?
Well, I guess she's literally the heir.
Yeah, I mean, there is no one like David Lynch. I if you can think of an auteur that's doing, unique, thought-provoking stories like David Lynch, even if you could say he's like on the same level of talent, it's apples and peaches. From a self-defense standpoint, sorry,
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah.
From a self-defense standpoint, she also warned him, "Come closer and I'll shoot." He tried to close the gap and got shot. F around and find out. Yeah, I mean, that is, of course, there's no body camera on this. We saw it as third-person audience, but that's not going to hold up in court. But in the truest sense, that fit all the criteria for you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Alec Baldwin. Nice one, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Enigma says, and sadly, Rust was a good film. Had Alec Baldwin been even more wise and less liberal. Yeah, I've seen it. It is a good film. And I am recommending it with a caveat, of course. I get it, but the thing you have to understand with Rust is that was the big story when I first became involved with YouTube, and I used to do, for those of you who may not remember, I used to do this show called Saturday Serial with a fella out of the UK named Matt Allen, who actually lives here now, the good old US of A. But he had a show called Saturday Serial, and I did like about 27 episodes of it. And we very consciously decided not to report on Rust because we didn't know all the details yet. And we wanted to wait. So when the story finally came out and we had a good idea of what had taken place, that's when we kind of took a deep dive because, Matt has worked on film sets and, around, film sets where, they use, firearms and, knives, blades, because he's worked on action films and on horror films. So they, and they were always very careful about, the chain of, there's a word for it, kind of chain of custody when it comes to weapons on the set. So he was very well versed in that. And so that we felt, okay, we could go into that. Now,
oh, sorry. I was going to say in the 2A community, especially the 2A YouTubers, there was a lot of discussion about it. And, there was a lot of, we know what kind of gun was used. We know what happened, this and that. Actually, Brandon Herrera has a really good video about it where he takes the claims and he goes, look, we don't know the details, but what we do know is what Alec Baldwin said happened. And they tested, and he knew before he tested because he knew the gun. He's like, yeah, there's no way this goes off under the circumstances he said it went off.
Yeah. But when Bill and I, Outlaw Bill and I, decided that we were going to do Rust for our Western program. And that was one that we mulled over for a while, and we questioned, should we, Then we decided, because both of us had been talking about it for so long, And
Had you already
like
seen it at that point?
No,
Okay.
no, that it was a first watch for both of us, and I kind of look at that whole period as kind of like my first act on YouTube, and it did feel like this closure in a way. Like I said, I've seen it. It is a good film. Enigma is right, but it's kind of like watching the Twilight Zone movie and knowing,
those people actually died filming
Vic
that
Morrow
scene.
actually died, and those kids, movies where stunt people died doing, there are older films where there are such where people did get killed right then, in older films where they didn't have safety.
And of course, actually that's not a bad analogy, the Twilight Zone movie, because of the lack of protocol that was followed, protocol that is there for a reason. Same thing with the one that came up the most during the whole Rust thing was Brandon Lee, and similar circumstance. It never should have happened. It should not have been possible for it to happen. This is why those protocols exist.
Let me see. Nate says, I think there's no one equivalent to David Lynch because Lynch wasn't just a weird creator. I believe he created without ego. He knows what he wants to see on screen, but was open to others' input. For sure. Yeah, he can't be replaced. He can't. Short of,
I don't know how many
cloning him,
artists there are that are left.
No. And that's the problem, is that we can't replace these people, because not only because we don't have people, number one, with their background, they bring themselves to their work. Is it the only way to become the next David Lynch is to, in my opinion, to be David Lynch. You have to live the life that he had. It's like, and I'm not saying it in the way of that it's kind of looked at nowadays with, they're putting themselves into their work. This is not a therapy session. I'm talking like he's
the point. The
he
point
is kind of, yeah. Go ahead.
He was an artist, and as an artist, you have a unique voice. And we are living in a time where the amalgam of art that has been made before is now being thrown into a blender and being regurgitated by computers. You will never get uniqueness that way, and you can't even expect it from another human being, because they have their own unique voice. So you need to appreciate and hold as precious what you get from an artist while they live, because after they're gone, that's it. Their historic work is now all that you will be able to reference. Everything else will be a cheap copy.
Yeah.
And that means, and that is part of the problem with this franchise mentality now, where we got to make a sequel to this and a sequel to that, and we got to do a spin-off and a remake and a reboot, and all you're doing is cheap copies. Because first, you don't have the person or people, the team involved that made that secret sauce, so you can't reproduce it. When we got season 3 of Twin Peaks, David Lynch and Mark Frost brought in everyone they could to recreate that secret sauce. They even found non-creepy ways, to bring back people that weren't with us anymore, or at least to honor them. but with him gone, you really can't. If Mark Frost were to now do a season 4, it would be a very different thing. Even though he knows what he and David planned and talked about and would have done, it wouldn't have the same panache that David would have put on it. I think that for all the high talk that we get from the Hollywood hoi polloi, they don't really mean it. What they mean is, I want a piece of that somebody else made. I want a piece of that. So I want to, do what I can to preserve George's message and his insight and his, no, you don't. You just want a paycheck. You want to take credit for it. When all you really did was get the coffee.
Yeah.
Was Pennyworth just about getting a paycheck? That was the
I suppose.
that was the
Probably.
that was the show about Alfred younger years.
Yeah,
They made a show about the butler. They made a show about the butler.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Oh yeah, well they want to do for the longest time wanted to do a Spider-Man movie about Aunt May. That's that's a movie we're all clamoring for. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Aunt May is a spy. Give me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Lord. Mark Melnikov says it's become a real source of contention over single action revolvers and what happened. Several gun tubers did their own tests, and well, we know what likely happened. Yeah, shoot every gun that gets loaded. One of the 4 rules. Nate says entertainment used to be mostly prime steak. Now it's all hot dogs. We used to have cinema made by artists. Now we have McMovies. Yeah, I mean I've talked about this many times. It is, and there's just a different feel to movies nowadays, and why I think movies like Project Hail Mary and movies like I Swear are working is because they feel like the movies we used to go to see.
Right.
And I hope we get that back, because I don't want to see the movie theaters die. I mean, I know I get a little histrionic online sometimes and say that you let them burn. I don't want the cinemas to go away. I want movies to be there, but we're losing the people who knew how.
Look at it this way. Saying let it burn is kind of like saying, you know what? Mustache Man wrote Mein Kampf, so burn down all the libraries.
Yeah. And I don't want to be that way. So yeah. And now we're reading from the Turner Diaries. I'm sorry, we're fired. Okay. All right. Well, we do have a program coming up here very shortly.
Yes, we're moving on to the next episode of Sherlock Holmes, called very, very insidiously The Devil's Foot.
Ooh. Is old Scratch or old Nick in this episode, if you know what I mean?
You're gonna have to watch and find out. You're gonna have to watch to find out.
It's the devil.
That's right.
Those of you who were with us on Cosme for this and would like to join in for Sherlock Holmes, stay on Cosme, and Troy will get that started for you here
in about 3 minutes.
In a few moments, yeah. And so what else do you have coming up real quick?
I'll, of course, Netter can tell you about Thursday, but Friday, Boomer and I will be hosting a karaoke stream, starting out for maybe about the first half hour here on YouTube, and then we will be moving over to the Green Machine because it is the platform of freedom. That's what I got coming up this week.
Yeah, Thursday I don't have a guest. Right now it's just going to be us all shooting the breeze, but it'll still be fun.
There you go.
All right. Boomer.
Just Geeky Geezers on Sunday, and of course you can catch me on Friday stream with Troy.
Yep.
And I'm
All right.
guesting everywhere.
True. She'll be on all of those streams that we just mentioned.
Yes, there we go.
Right on.
I'll be doing all the clicky things.
Right.
Indeed. As for myself, tomorrow night at 9 p.m., I am going to be joining Lieutenant Giratina and a panel of guests, most of whom I will be on with for the first time. So this is going to be interesting. And we are going to be discussing the Jean-Claude Van Damme film Lionheart.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. AKA AWOL in some places in Europe. Also, Thursday at 5:30, I am going to be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater, and we're going to be watching the Sin City sequel, A Dame to Kill For. Later on that night will, of course, be my program, Coming Attractions. You get to find out what I'm going to be up to next week, up to and including my appearance on this upcoming Saturday on Films with Friends, along with Troy and Netter. And, of course, Big Out Presents. And we're going to be watching from 1967, the Don Knotts comedy, The Reluctant Astronaut. This is, of course, very, very apt right now because we do have the moon mission taking place right now. So, yeah. All right. Any final words before we wrap up the program?
No, I just want to thank everyone for coming along on this journey back into the Northwest Passage, back to Twin Peaks.
I want to thank everyone that gave us gifties. That
Absolutely.
was so sweet
Yes.
and kind of you. Together we grow.
Flappy lives. That's my 2 cents.
There you go.
See, now we got to get t-shirts made with Flappy on them.
It'll
Probably.
happen one of these days. Yeah.
And, of course, as I always say, at the end of every broadcast from HQ, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. From the corner of Sparkwood and 21, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. There are credits.
Oh,
I am about to
yeah.
put them up. That was my bad.
Right.
There we go.
Sorry, I didn't redo them after your last stream.
Yeah,
because
that was
of
me.
StreamYard.
That was me.
All right.
There we
Anyway.
go. Good night.